Okay, so some viewers, some people may have realized or have seen that I have a gameplay style that's sort of unique to other players. Whether that's, well, assuming if you're watching me, not to brag or anything, but assuming if you watch other players like me, top tier players like, um, Derek, Decino, um, A1s, Dingleheimer. I'm just listing other people on YouTube, that sort of play these kind of hard PWADs like me. You may have noticed that I have sort of a unique gameplay style, compared to those guys, and what I attribute that to is my mouse movement, how I incorporate the mouse very heavily into whatever I'm doing. Um, if it's movement or shooting, something, anything like that. So I'm gonna show you what I mean here by that unique gameplay, that unique use of the mouse, in this specific example of two-shotting cyber demons on Flat Sun Map 05. So I'm gonna show you the difference between how I see normal people two-shot, normal high-tier players two-shot cyber demons versus how I like to two-shot cyber demons. So the first two cyber demons, I'm gonna do it how everybody else I see does it, and then the last two how I like to do it. So let's do that now. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how I like two-shot cyber demons, even though I already hit this guy once. So this cyber demon, I'll show you how I usually two-shot a cyber demon now. So you probably noticed, I tend to, in between in between their first and second rockets, like everybody, that's when I begin my shot at the cyber demon. But in between the second and third ones, when I'm making my move to get inside and, have all the tracers hit them right against their body, I do this sort of movement where I look off to the right or the left really quickly, and then I turn my focus right back on them as the tracers are hitting. So that movement, is an example of, how I like to incorporate the mouse into my gameplay. So, what I do with the two-shot and the cyber demons, that is obviously not a necessary thing. You could do it, arguably just as effectively, just the normal way everybody else I see do it. But the reason why I do that is because of comfortability with swinging my mouse around like that. And other than the fact that it may look cool to people, it's very effective. There's a reason why that's comfortable to me, and that's because in some situations it's a necessity. So, I'm gonna take you to dimensions in a few minutes to show you that, but let me show you, once again, this part. I'm gonna do this part again. I'm gonna kill all 4 cyber demons my style, and I'm gonna do it pretty much as fairly quickly as I can, Anytime a cyber demon shoots, I'm gonna try and get a shot in on them. And I'm gonna be winging the mouse around at a full capacity, full kinetic capacity, so I'm gonna do that now. So you see the power of the mouse there. I was super close to him, and yet I'm able, right as he's like 2 inches away from me, instead of doing this, I'm able to do this and just kind of almost make like a, just turn right and then turn back to them really quickly. So it's a very slick movement. Obviously you need timing for it, but Let me take you to dimensions now. Let me show you a situation where that sort of extreme mouse movement is necessary to avoid damage. So let me show you this situation. Everybody knows this fight. First fight on map 03. That was not the situation I was talking about, by the way. That's just... Wait, let me see if I can get in a situation where... Okay, so I kinda did it there. And I did it there. But now I died. Yeah, so... If we could try and do this again while slowing it down. Let's do it in this speed. Hopefully I'll be able to show this more. Okay, I messed that up. Yeah, just doing the normal thing now in slow motion. This is really weird, by the way, to play in slow motion. Still gotta get out of the way of the Lost Souls. So there's missiles coming towards me, and then I swing my attention to the... Okay, I died again. So, let me just... It's harder to play in slow motion than to talk about what I did. So, yeah, that movement, once again, that you see. If I could just try and do this in normal gameplay once again. It's avoiding Revenant missiles at the very last second. Trying to focus right now. These Lost Souls are kind of ruining what I'm trying to show off here. So, you saw a few times, as I'm changing direction, whenever I change direction in the horseshoe, I often look where I'm going really quickly. If I could just kind of place the IDKFA real quick. IDDQD is fine too. Gotta kill these guys to show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, so when there's like when there's Revenant missiles coming over here, when I'm in this corner and the missile's right about to hit me, I can't back up to avoid it, to get away from it. I can't go to the left because it's just gonna hit me. I can't go around it because there's other Revenant missiles behind it that are gonna hit me. I do this. Now one reason I do that is because, first of all, think about where you're looking. If you're looking a little bit too far to the left, if, you know, your first instinct when the missile's coming towards you like this is to hit, you know, it's to do strafe right, hit D, to move like that. That'll be your first instinct. And so that's fine, but, you can get out of the way faster than that. So for one thing, I'm pretty sure, I can't confirm nor deny this, but, personally, I feel like I'm moving faster, if I'm using W or S as opposed to A and D. You know, strafe left and strafe right versus move forward and move backwards. Can I show this on the auto map, maybe? Versus... Yeah, this is definitely slower. So... I believe we just established that, you know, hitting W or S as opposed to A and D is faster. Like, it's faster moving like this as opposed to this. moving from side to side versus moving forward and backwards. It's faster to move forward and backwards than moving side to side, so that effectively makes W and S your fastest ways together, barring strafe, but we're not talking about using the actual strafe button, which is probably shit for a lot of people, because that's a hard button to hit. You gotta use like an extra finger to hit that. So, let me try and organize what I'm saying here. So, using just D or A, you might not be able to get out of the way fast enough before the missile hits you. So that's why I swing my mouse this way. I'm already holding D, obviously, to get out of the way, but I swing my mouse, my field of view this way, so I can utilize W and get out of the way faster. Why W and not, turn left and go S like this? Well, because that's just weird. Why would you, be not looking where you're going? So, obviously use W instead of S, so that way you can actually see where you're going. And, also, if you put your hand down on your keyboard, where W, A, S, and D are, you probably have your middle finger on W instead of S. Like, it's probably more natural for you to keep your finger on W than S. S is what you hit when you back. Usually you're moving forward more often than you move backwards, so you usually have a finger hovering or on W instead of S. It's a hassle to try and move your finger real quick to S, compared to just turning your mouse this way and immediately pressing W. I don't know if... I'm sorry if that didn't make sense, but at the end of the day, basically what I just said, it's easier and more comfortable to turn and use W to get out of the way than doing it the other way and using S. And just using strafe right alone isn't as fast as you can go. It's faster if you're able to use W somehow. And the last thing I need to mention in these situations is if you turn your mouse, if you turn your field of vision this way, you know where you're turning your you know where you're taking your field of view. If you're uncertain about your field of view, like, you could be uncertain about your field of view here. If you're just gonna use D, like, if you're not gonna turn at all, if you're just gonna use D to move, if the missile's coming at me like this, if I'm looking to the left a little bit too much, when I hit D, I'm gonna be moving forward a little bit, as in the Revenant rocket, has a higher chance of hitting me since I'm technically moving towards it a little bit. And if I'm looking a little bit to the right, and I just hit D, I'm gonna be moving slower because I'm moving against the wall. So you can see that just using D to get out of the way here is not the most efficient way to get out. The most effective and consistent way, if you can perform it correctly, which I've had a lot of experience doing since I do this all the time, is to quickly, shot for some reason, is to quickly swivel your mouse and hold W and D and get out of there. Which gets you out as fast as possible. So yeah, it's just one of those things where, you're probably gonna take damage if you're just using D, but if you do it like this, then you're probably gonna get out. I just have discovered that turning your field of view greatly helps with your movement overall. Because not only does it help with seeing where you're going, but it's faster than just strafing with A and D. Because like I said, moving forward is much faster than moving side to side. Moving like this versus like this. You're just faster. So, I've learned to sort of put yourself in as many situations as possible. If you need to make a quick dodge, a quick movement, you swivel your mouse to the direction you want to be able to move forward to, and then you just move back. You just got to keep on moving your field of view to wherever you want to be able to move as fast as possible. If I want to get to that second step as fast as possible, and I'm turning this way, then I wouldn't do this. I do this. It's just a little bit faster and a little bit more effective. So that's the efficiency of the mouse. That's what it essentially comes down to. Being able to use W, move forward as much as you can, because it's the fastest movement you can do. That doesn't take holding down two buttons at once to do. And I'm referring to strafe, because it's kind of hard, and you might fumble your fingers trying to strafe, but not if you're just gonna use W. This video is a complete mess. I'm just rambling about things with no organization to what I'm gonna say. But let's watch me do the box fight. Hopefully I'm able to show some radical mouse movement. Incorporate my mouse into the movement. So here we go. Well, I missed the start. Okay, well, I got boned there. Everybody gets boned here every once in a while. So, I don't know how much of that is mouse, because this fight has so many things going on that's, it's not like the mouse is carrying me through the fight. But, there's a lot of situations where you want to see where you're going, and you want to see from, like, two directions really quickly, and you obviously can't do that if you're, like, right here. You can do it if you're right here, you can see what's coming in both directions, but if you're, like, right here, you might need to be able to look back and forth real quickly. That's the mouse. This part, what I'm talking about here, doesn't necessarily have to do with the, the whole moving from point A to point B faster, but just, having quick mouse, being able to move your mouse quickly to see things, and, every single time you move your mouse, your eyes are going to pick up information in a split second, and you're going to have to process that. Now let's do the two-shotting thing again. Okay. It doesn't work 100% of the time in case the Cyredeem doesn't get stunned and he just immediately fires again. You can get trapped sometimes if you're not quick enough there. Let's go to another situation. Let's go actually back to the beginning of the map. Let's see if I could get this situation to happen. With the pain elemental here. Nope, I was not able to do that. It's another situation where being able to move your mouse effectively saves your life. Nope. I need him to do something a fast monster's pain elemental would. Okay, so you saw that there. I'm trying to shoot at the pain elemental, right as I get around the corner, but he's firing a Lost Soul at the same time. So if I keep the rocket, if I keep the rocket, if I fire the rocket right at the pain elemental, I'm gonna fire it right into a lost soul, and I'm gonna face rocket. Which I can't have happen. So what I did was I swung my field of view to the left really quickly, and I shot my rocket over there, which prevented me from taking damage. It prevented a face rocket because I was able to shoot my rocket somewhere other than what was right in front of me, which would have been a lost soul. So that's another situation where being able to move your mouse quickly helps. Trying to think of one more thing. Oh yeah, I remember the last thing I wanted to talk about. So, if we let me take you to a demo real quick. It's a controversial one. It's my big controversial one. My Dimensions Map of 3 UV Max in 14 minutes and 48 seconds. Which say what you want about it, but I'm gonna show you. I mean, that's not really the point, but I'm gonna show you another I'm gonna show you another aspect to what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I gotta. This will take a second. Hold on. Okay, so this fight here. This is the last thing I'm gonna explain. This is already a rambling and horribly organized video. So at the time of this demo, well, actually, I'm not sure if I really remember how I was feeling or whatever at the time when I did this attempt, but so another thing about the mouse movement, if like you guys know what getting in the zone is, right? You know what getting in the zone is like. You probably had it happen before in Doom. You just, you're dodging everything. Every single one of your shots is hitting. You're doing everything really quickly and really smoothly. So that's basically, I think, what happened here in this fight. I was in the zone, and I was really feeling it. So, pay attention to how my field of view changes. Once again, this fight involves so much besides, turning your field of vision. It's arguably even not super important compared to the other things. There's a lot of WASD movement here. That's pretty much the biggest factor in this fight to you winning. But I incorporate a lot of mouse movement. And once again, to reiterate, I'm not talking about vertical mouse movement for like positioning or whatever. I'm talking about mouse movement in terms of the role of the mouse in your combat movement. So just watch. I incorporate quite a lot of it in this segment of the demo. Yeah, so you can see there is a few spots where I do make some wicked turns with the mouse. And that's the kind of thing that when I'm playing at the peak of my powers, I just you wing your mouse around and everything is going pretty well. And yeah, so when I'm feeling it, when I'm in the zone, I tend to throw my mouse around a lot more, you know, whether it's smooth or very quick and herky-jerky. That's just something I do a lot when I'm really feeling it. One thing that can help with getting in that zone, if you ever plan to emulate your playstyle, like after me, just kind of they use the mouse like I do. If you want to, you know, get in the zone or something like that, I recommend having a MIDI that you really like. There's a reason why Mucus Flow playing in the background here. It's because it's one of those MIDIs that at the right time can really, you know, set the mood and put you in the zone. Or has a higher chance of putting you in the zone if you have the right MIDI at the right time. But I should probably just stop here. So the most important thing you should take away from this video is basically the role, you know, having your mouse be an active participant in your combat gameplay movement can be critical to avoiding unnecessary damage and making quick movements. Where some situations you might have taken damage, you could use your mouse to help you squeak out of taking damage. And yeah, so that's the big thing. It's faster, you know, than just simply strafing left to just turn wherever you want to go, and then use W to go there. Often I'm also holding the strafe left or strafe right in addition to W whenever I make that turn. But, yeah, it's just faster to turn and to be able to incorporate W into getting to where you need to go quickly. And eventually, if you practice it after a while, I'm not sure if it's something you can practice, it's just something that I started doing. It just becomes normal. And the biggest key to being able to execute it well is smoothness and confidence. That meme phrase that, yeah, it's a meme phrase now. But I wasn't lying when I said it. You know, in this demo, I really had gotten a new mouse, and I really was playing with a lot of confidence and smoothness. It really, you know, it might seem odd or weird to just suddenly, you know, there's a missile coming after you, and then you immediately, you know, throw your field of view to the right. But, you know, you just have to play with some swagger. And it does look pretty swag when you execute it well. It does look pretty swag how you avoid things like that. I'm usually equate it to juking, you know, you ever watched American football, to juking out a guy. It seems like it might be a weird comparison to compare something from football to do, but I don't know, you know, do that Allen Iverson crossover sort of thing, you know, when you're dodging an enemy. And if you use your mouse movement like I do, that's how it feels like when two-shotting. Feels pretty good if you master it. So wow, even summarizing this video, I've begun to ramble. So let me redo the summary. Just incorporating the mouse helps you move and dodge faster, and ultimately I've used that so much. I just I've gotten so comfortable with using the mouse now, with perhaps using it in unorthodox ways, that I just use it sort of all the time now. So that explains the lore behind my gameplay. And yeah, if you have any questions, if I was unclear about anything, just ask in the comments. I should be able to type out a more coherent response than ad-libbing, you know, improvising speech of what I want to say in the middle of a video, having no script going in. So I'm just gonna end this. This is an awful video. You guys should all dislike this.